Get your films on with the Blurs.
Once an idea has taken hold of the brain, it's almost impossible to eradicate.
Unpacking movies has never been more spot on, woke, fire, and just plain lit.
They are lit all the time.
So if you're unsure whether or not to plop down some cash for a film, check out the Blurs.
When a man with a 45 meets a man with a rifle, the man with a pistol is a dead man.
Brondo's got what plants crave.
It's got electrolyte.
You really only need to hang mean bastards. But mean bastards, you need to hang.
Don't say you weren't warned. Here's Brandon and Jeff.
Welcome to episode 113 of the Film Blurs. I'm Jeff Stewart, aka Uncle Jeffrey, and I'm joined here as always with my friend and co-host.
What's up, ball bags? It's Brandon Norwood. We're gonna get right into it. First want to say, I was looking forward to a DUNE event that was going on. I knew about this for 3 weeks. I was supposed to give y'all a full breakdown on both the site and on this episode about a whole event that went down. And this is not, I don't blame Warner Brothers for this. I don't blame IMAX for this. You know, tech problems prevented it from happening. We're the only theater out of the 12 locations that had the tech problem. It was a shit show. I'm not gonna do one of these again. One of these trailer launch events. Just straight up and down. Like, and I'm not even mad. Like I said, I'm not mad at Warner Brothers. Not mad at IMAX. But you know, fuck that dude from the Boston Globe. Who was there? Fuck the influencers. And fuck the fans who stood outside in line for 2.5 hours. And all the critics and influencers were complaining. I'm like, we're standing in AC. Those niggas out there are standing out in heat, 88-degree heat. And all the people who go to free screenings were there. Like, I see these niggas all the time.
The dude with the Marvel jacket?
Oh, yeah, he was there.
Of course.
Ed knows him.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Yeah. He told Ed straight up, he's like, I need a Disney and a Sony contact because we were talking about Spider-Man. And Ed just looked at him. He's like, all right, well, good luck.
I was like, yeah, I mean, what does he do?
Yeah, exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Exactly. Because, you know, among critics, we share information. I stopped sharing information with one person who Jeff knows I don't want to mention on the show. And I mentioned this to a few other people. Because they've had some problems with this person, especially since for some reason this person's starting to get buddy with everybody now. This person came up to me. I was just like, yeah, I don't care. I got Samurai and the Prisoner after this. You know what I mean? I it's whatever. And they heard the title of the movie and they're like, oh, that sounds like something I'd like. How can I see it? And I was just like, you got to contact Janus Films. You got to contact. And she's like, excuse me. That person's like, well, who? John. I'm like, Janus Films. And I wanted to say to this person, movies are not going to be what you want. Like, Janus Films does not make movies that you would like to see. So, yeah, the DUNE event, WB rep straight up said to us as we're waiting in line, they're like, you know, the trailer's gonna drop online, y'all, while they're waiting to get into the theater. Like, it's not even gonna be live for you guys anymore. It's gonna be a replay. As soon as it got canceled, all the WB reps were getting cursed out and yelled at, and I'm like, y'all, it's not their fault.
Right.
Shit happens. Especially for a live streamed event. Shit happens. Like, I don't know what to tell you, bro. Like, it's fine. It's a trailer. The first 7 minutes of the movie, which they showed at CinemaCon, and a Q&A with Denny, which the Q&A was online, like parts of it, not the whole thing, but parts of it you could watch on social media. I'm not mad because the first 7 minutes, if you see the Odyssey in IMAX 70mm, you're going to see the first 7 minutes of DUNE in IMAX 70. They confirmed it yesterday. Like, hey, you know, for those of you who haven't seen it, get your tickets to the Odyssey if you still can, so you could see the first 7 minutes in its full 70mm glory, because they weren't going to show it to us in 70mm. It was going to be, you know, DCP, because why the fuck would you boot up a whole film projector, especially IMAX film projector, how hard that shit is for 7 minutes. So, yeah. The best takeaway I got from this is I went up to the head rep and I complained to her about the people who handle me for Warner Brothers, and I'm like, I'm tired of dealing with these people. I email you guys directly, and you guys keep kicking me back to these people, and I'm tired of dealing with them because, like Fantastic Four last summer, where me and you had to go around their backs and get in,
Right.
I had to do the same thing with Evil Dead Burn. I emailed them asking, hey, could I go to the press screening? Never hit me back. So I had to go through a secondary roundabout way to get in again.
Right.
And so I told her that, I'm like, I'm tired of dealing with these people. I'm tired of them not getting back to me. And when they do get back to me, it is like maybe 3 or 4 days before something's happening, or maybe even the day of, like, hey, can you make it today? And I'm tired of this. And she's like, I got you. And I'm like, yeah, our numbers are there. And she's like, listen, I got you. You're added on our regular list now. I'll personally take care of you. I'm like, thank Christ, because I'm tired of dealing with these people.
Right.
And you know exactly who I'm talking about, because as soon as it hit 2:30 and we all were trying to leave out the theater, I get an email from them saying, hey, thank you for attending the Dune event. Here's some stuff for you to post on you guys' social media and your website. And I'm just looking at that. I'm looking at that email. I'm like, man, you motherfuckers are so out of the loop on everything. Because I told you, everybody got their Supergirl invite, and I was the last one to get it because I had to get it through them. And I remember emailing the person who is in charge of handling Warner Brothers, and she's like, as soon as we get the invites, we'll sign you up for that specific screening. We haven't gotten the invites from the studio yet. And I'm like, why the fuck am I dealing with y'all?
Yeah, no, like I totally get it. I mean, honestly, since I've been going to these Philly screenings, shit's been running smooth.
Yeah, and that's why I'm happy now that I have a direct WB contact, because no promises, but she said she would put me on the priority list for something at the end of the year. And I'm like, okay, if I get that, me and this whole thing with Universal, I'm not mad, because talking to a lot of critics yesterday, and like, I met Rodrigo of The Playlist. Shout out to him. I love reading his shit. And even he was like, yeah, Universal was giving me the runaround. Mike Sargent, who was at MOANA, he didn't even get an invite.
Oh, word?
I was like, so Universal has fucked everybody on this movie. Everybody. Because, the guild usually gets their own screening, right? And they'll see it in a screening room in 35 millimeter.
Right.
They couldn't even get that. So they had to be lumped in to the screening that we're all going to as critics on Monday night. And there's 3 different screenings. I thought there's 2 different ones. There's 3. Because the dude at the Boston Globe, he got invited to the one on Monday, but it's at Union Square, the Regal in Union Square. And I was like, good, because now you don't have to be a dickhead and jump in front of me in line like a fucking cocksucker that you are. Fucking cocksucking old man. Anyways, and Ed, I know Ed listens to that, listens to the podcast, and I know Ed's tight with that dude. I'm sorry, Ed. He fuck that guy.
I mean, look, you don't have to like everybody that your people like.
Yeah, because Ed's friends with a lot of people, and the Marvel dude, like, I'm like, Ed, you're friends with this guy, man? Really?
And it's just like, you don't like the Marvel dude. He doesn't do anything, right? Like, he's not even an influencer.
And the influencers, as soon as the event got canceled, they started making angry videos to post on their social media, and I'm like, oh, half of you motherfuckers are never getting invited again, because like the way y'all are posting right now. There's this Mexican woman. She lives in Atlanta. She calls herself the Mexalorian because she identifies as a Mandalorian, a Mexican Mandalorian.
Sure.
She flew from Atlanta to here for this shit. And I'm just like,
it's not that serious.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo, for a trailer a Q&A and 7 minutes worth of footage, all which lasted an hour. You flew all the way here for that. No. No, 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 no. I wouldn't have even went to it if there was other stuff happening that day. And I'm not doing another trailer event. Like, yo, they could do one of these for a Nolan movie. I'm out. I'm not doing this shit again.
Yeah.
I'm just not.
Yeah, unless it's on someone's dime, it's not worth it for a trailer that's going to be released online right after the fact, right? Like it's not that special. I mean, did you get any swag?
Yeah, we got a baseball hat, and they didn't have enough for anybody, but I met some people in the Gen Pop line who were sneaky about it, and homie and his friend, they ran up to me. They're like, yo, bro, I got you. And I was like, oh, and I dapped them both up, and shout out to them. I can't remember their names, but shout out to y'all. Because the security guard's like, yeah, no more hats, y'all, no more hats. So they were just giving out the posters. And I was like, oh, I ain't want the posters, but the lady's like, please take the posters. And I was like, all right, well, maybe I could keep them because, you know, I like the posters. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like the ones where it says the final conclusion over their faces. They got, I had to travel. So, you know, they got messed up in travel. So, look, I got a Dune Part 3 dad hat. And I threw the posters away when I got home because I'm like, yo, it's just a waste keeping those posters that are all fucked up from me going around the city. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, like the same thing with the Supergirl posters, right? Like they gave us at my Supergirl screening. I have like 2 or 3 of them that by the time I got home, it's like these are not only don't I like the movie, but these posters are garbage because you know they're cheap.
I felt bad for Cal because Cal showed up. And that was the only thing he had that day. I was like, damn, bro, you came into the city. You wasted all that time and money coming up here. And I was just like, damn.
Just for them to fuck up, you know?
Look, man, like, it is what it is. It is what it fucking is.
Right.
I feel like Danny was there because he got invited. And I feel like it was me and Danny were the only people who weren't mad at the situation because that is out of everybody's hands.
Right. And, you know, you all knew it was going to be a trailer, right? It's not like you were surprised at what they were going to show. So the fact
the main reason I wanted to see that first 7 minutes, dog.
Right. Right. But I mean, if you're seeing the Odyssey in 70,
yeah,
you know?
like 8 weeks after it comes out, though. Okay, because people are getting fucked up over this shit, too, where I gotta keep explaining to them. 2 different formats, y'all. 2 fucking different formats. And it happened with Oppenheimer, where some lady was just posting to social media being like, you guys were lying. I went to Lincoln Square and saw Oppenheimer in 70 millimeter, and the screen wasn't big at all. It was a cool experience, but that screen was not big. You guys lied. I'm like, it's because you saw it in 70 millimeter, not IMAX 70 millimeter. 2 different formats. So Monday is the critic screening for those of us who didn't get to invites to the various screenings that they had that weren't even, there were screenings that weren't even for junket people.
What was it like? You retweeted it. Like some people have seen this movie fucking twice.
Yes, 3 times. There's somebody who's seen it 3 times. An influencer sold a seat. He had a +1 and he sold it.
Oh, word.
So that's Monday. I was talking to the influencers. They're like, how are you seeing it Monday? I'm like, nigga, I'm press.
Right.
Why? When are you seeing it? They're like, we're seeing it Tuesday. That's not fair. And all of them are seeing it in Regal, Union Square, and regular 70 millimeter. And they're like, that's not fair. And like, I remember talking to Danny, and I'm like, Danny, you hate IMAX. You even said like IMAX gives you a headache. Why are you complaining? He's like, well, you know, if it's shot that way, and you know, and I'm like, and he goes, yada yada. I'm like, Danny, I took you to 2 IMAX movies last year for the 4-year consideration. Because as press, we can go to those because we got to vote on shit.
Right.
And we're allowed to bring a +1. And both times he's just like, I don't like IMAX. It's overwhelming. It's too big. He's like, I'm a Dolby guy. And I'm like, all right, so you're going to see a film print in regular 70. You're going to be all right.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's fine. Like, it's gonna be the same movie,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna
Yeah.
be. It's just the experience is just gonna be different, but it's still, it's still gonna be a great experience.
Me and Christopher Nolan have the same sensibilities in that he fell in love with IMAX as a kid when he went on school trips, and so did I, because we would take school trips to see some documentary in IMAX, and I'm like, that's fucking crazy. And then when they announced The Dark Knight was going to be filmed in IMAX, my first thought was, that's crazy it took this long for somebody to be like, hey, why not shoot this shit in with IMAX?
Right.
Why can't we put a commercial film in IMAX instead of documentaries? Because they were releasing movies in IMAX. Like, my very first movie I saw on IMAX was The Matrix Reloaded at King of Prussia on a 70 millimeter IMAX print. And that shit was so fucking big and so fucking loud. It's still one of the loudest movies I've ever sat through. Where to the point where I was just like, I turned and I looked at the old people next to me, and my first thought was like, they must be in pain right now because it was so loud.
Yeah. I mean,
But
like,
it's an experience that stayed with me.
yeah, like my first experience with IMAX was, going to the Franklin Institute in Philadelphia, but it was all documentaries and shit like that.
Yeah, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, so, look, I've been IMAX since I was a kid. I've been Team IMAX since I was a kid. Like, yo, for like, don't if you don't like the format, like, I even said to D when he showed up, I'm like, bro, why you here, man? Like, you hate IMAX. And he's just like, shh, I don't want the IMAX people to hear that, man. But like, come on, I do want to see how it's gonna look here. I'm like, all right,
I
man.
would. It's fine. Like I can't. I love Danny, but I can't worry about influencers.
And
Yeah.
if that's your preference, don't get mad when you don't get invited
Right.
to see it in IMAX. Like, at least you're getting to see it early.
They're mad. Like, influencers are mad, just like at Beetlejuice. They're mad because they're not getting treated special.
Yeah. Oh, man, that girl doing the fucking 30 TikToks,
Mhm.
or that dude who always brings his son to screenings. And I haven't seen them in like a long time, but he brought his entire fucking family to Beetlejuice.
Right.
And the mom would just kept backing up into me to the point where I turned around and looked at him like, are you going to say something to your fucking wife? Like, the fuck is this, man? How
Right.
far back does she need to go to take a picture? Like, we have cameras now on our phones that you just hit a button and it does a wide angle shot. You don't got to back up for shit.
Yeah, and it's just like people just don't have situational awareness. That's all that is.
Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, yo, I don't like hurting people, but I was at the point where, like, if she does this even more, I'm going to push her into the ground.
Yeah, but all the influencers are mad because, for once, they're not at the top of the food chain.
Well, there's going to be another influencer screening because Danny was there with his friend who's also an influencer, and his screening is Wednesday at 7 p.m. on the IMAX at Lincoln Square. So I was like, oh well, you guys get a IMAX screening, like
Right.
and I was thinking I was gonna tell Danny like, hey man, why not get into that one? You're gonna see it a day later, but
Right.
if you
And
really want to see it,
and look, it's free and you get to see it in a pristine environment. Right?
oh well, it's not gonna be pristine because those motherfuckers gonna TikTok the shit out of that movie.
I mean, yeah. All right.
Yeah,
fair
like
enough.
I think that's a mistake. Like, that's just me personally.
Yeah. But yeah, these tickets are going for what, like $2,000 on the street for some of these tickets. So I mean,
The dude in the Marvel jacket,
Mhm.
the big that dude that we talked about,
Right.
he was mad because he's like, you guys seen it on Monday, and even Ed's like, yeah, it's a press screening, man. He's like, I got invited to a Tuesday screening, and I'm like, nigga, like fucking
It's
the
like
fact that you even got invited to see this shit,
right.
and every single one of us critics are fighting tooth and nail to fucking see it, and you got invited to see it.
Like I'm
there's
mad that he gets to see it at all. I'm mad that he gets to go on Tuesday because
he's like,
what do
you
do?
guys get to see it in IMAX? That's not fair. And I'm like, well, nigga, you get to see it. You still seen a film print. Like, you're seeing it in 70 millimeter, like 3 days early. Be fucking happy. And you're not even going to post a review or nothing.
Yeah, just like be happy that you're at the table. You know, like some of these motherfuckers think they're more important than they actually are.
Yeah, look, that nigga heard us talking about Spider-Man. I was like, oh, he's gonna camp out like he always does, hide in the corner and do the tuck and roll into the into the auditorium.
Like, I mean, have you gotten anything for Spider-Man?
I'm not gonna say who, but somebody above us got
Right.
invited,
Uh-huh.
and he only got invited because he's cool with one of the Sony reps.
Okay.
Because there's 2 Sony reps that handle New York.
Mm.
One's Notorious, and that's the one I deal with. And unfortunately, you know, she lives where we reside.
Okay, fair enough.
And the other one, she's younger, she's cool. He's cool with her. He got invited, and he told me the date, and I was like, cool. I was like, all right. He's like, yeah, just keep an eye out. I was like, yeah. I was like, if not next week, then, you know, soonish.
I mean, look, we said this was going to happen, though, right? Like, with everything that's going on with Warner's, the acquisition and stuff like that, like they warned us that shit was going to be kind of funky out there. And even though this is not a Warner's film, the residual effects are hitting everything.
They have to understand that 90% of us have day jobs. You know what I mean? Like 90% of us who do this have day jobs, and like we can't just drop everything at the dime of a bucket. Like the only reason I saw Samurai and the Prisoner, which I'm gonna review soon, is because I was already in the city for the Dune event. So when I emailed them and reached out saying like, hey, can I see this? They're like, yeah, we got one tomorrow. We got one next week. We got one the following week. We got one the week after that. And I was like, oh, I could go tomorrow because I'm already in the fucking city.
Right.
But like, that shit gotta stop though. Like, at least a week's notice. So that way we can tell our employer like, hey, we need the day off, or hey, I need a quick 10 minutes to do this interview.
Right. You know, like something like a heads up. You know, like just it's professional courtesy.
So yeah, that was the Dune IMAX event. I hope y'all enjoyed the trailer because I ain't like I'm a one and done trailer. I say this all the time. I'm a one and done trailer guy. I was just there to see the first 7 minutes, and I didn't watch the trailer. I'm not gonna watch the trailer. There's no need for me to watch the trailer, man. Like I'm seeing Dune in both IMAX and 70 millimeter, no matter what, because the trailer played well in both formats every time I saw them.
Right. Like the movie was always sold, right? Like I was never not going to see it. So this new trailer isn't going to make me any more excited for it than I already was.
And, you know, one of the things I thought was funny is one of the influencers was like, wow, WB's really going hard for the marketing on this, considering that this is a popular franchise and it's the third in the franchise. I'm like, yo, y'all forget. They're opening now the same day as Doomsday. Like, they got to get people hyped. You know what I mean? Like, look, people were already hyped for Dune because, you know, the first 2 movies are so beloved by the general public and critically, and by filmmakers who work professionally. But again, we don't know what exactly Doomsday is going to do. Because right now, we're at the point right now where if Doomsday came out and made like 500 million opening weekend, I don't think anybody would be surprised. But we're also at a point where if Doomsday came out and did like 50 million opening weekend,
like
also wouldn't be surprised. Because like this superhero shit is like, if you're not Batman or Spider-Man, you're just basically done. like this superhero shit is kind of just because Supergirl, it's gonna struggle to hit 80 million if it does, because it's currently, I think they said, at like 70.
Is that just US or is that?
Yeah, just US.
Okay.
They just hit 100 million worldwide this past weekend.
Yeah, and
and you know shit's rough when even Minions underperformed. And I'm like, yo, they finally make a good one, and America's like, we're good.
Right, because
I'm like, what? They're finally good, and y'all tapped out?
Yeah, because they're burnt out by it, and like it's also the time. It's the time that this shit is coming out, right? It's the World, like Cup is in the United States, right?
That's true. And then see, Minions did 60 million. Toy Story, by the way, Toy Story 5 in its third weekend was number 2 with 35 million. I'm like, yeah, that would do it. That would do it.
Yeah.
That would do it. That's why I'm looking at Moana and I'm like, yo, listen, Christian, shout out to Christian Harloff, friend of the show. He's going to be, eventually, we'll get him on. He swears up and down this is going to be a hit.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, I get it. Like, everything Disney, this dude swears is going to be a hit. Like, he swore Mandalorian and Grogu was going to be a hit. He swears Doomsday is going to be a huge hit. And I'm like, maybe. And he's like, and I'm like, but you got to remember, the Odyssey comes out next weekend. He's like, 2 different audiences, Brandon. There's no overlap there. I'm like, there's a lot of parents taking their kids to see this shit, surprisingly.
Yeah, because, I mean, it's literature, right? It's so...
that, and then it's Christopher Nolan.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why, and they're saying the tracking has increased. It was supposed to do 80 to 100 opening weekend, and it now went up to 100 to 130 opening weekend.
Yeah, I mean, we all knew it was going to be Juggernaut, right?
Meanwhile, Moana was tracking at 50 to 80 million. Now they're tracking it at 30 to 40. And we'll get into Moana later because, Disney's about to learn some hard lessons, because how many times have I said on this show, on a spreadsheet, makes sense. Creatively, bankrupt.
Right, but because they haven't been creative in nearly fucking a decade.
Yeah, man, ever since they acquired Marvel and, well, no, it literally is like, all you fucking plebes destroyed that studio because of The Last Jedi, because you guys were so obnoxious and so loud. Even still to this day, we have to hear about how much you fucking hate that movie, to the point where Iger's like, yeah, nothing like that ever again. So that's why we get all the watered down shit we get, because you guys got fucking smooth-brained heads.
Yeah,
you can't form a fucking thought to save your life.
It's one of those. And here's the thing. It's because the fan base refuses to grow up, right? And so when their beloved characters grow up and change, I've heard people say, like, you fucking raped my childhood. It's like, no, someone raping you in your childhood is raping your childhood, right? This is a movie that you happen to love that is evolving.
Right, and I will say this: I'm perfectly fine with leaving a franchise behind. Like, we'll talk about it, but like Evil Dead, I'm not mad at any of the movies coming out. I think that's pretty cool that they're doing these stories that are set in the universe, and they're happening around the universe. I think that's cool. Is it for me? No. Am I mad at it? No. It's just I'm done with the franchise, and you know what? That's perfectly fine. Yeah. I'm not going to be online tweeting at WB, Sony, and Sam Raimi being like, why are you guys doing this to Evil Dead? This is blasphemy. I don't care, man.
And we could talk about the main review, but I was talking to a friend, and he was like, oh, man, I wish Ash was in these newer ones. It's like, why? Like, he had his run. Right. Eventually, Bruce Campbell isn't going to be available to do it anyway. Right. Like, and he had he was able to close out in Ash versus the Evil Dead. right?
No, because that they haven't resolved that fucking show because Star sucks and they canceled that shit.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot the fourth season was a cliffhanger.
Third, it only got 3
I
seasons.
thought it got 4 seasons. No,
Nope,
nope, 3.
just 3.
Okay, yeah. But I'm not. We'll get into the main review. Like, I'm not mad at the evolution. Right? I'm not. I don't need to. Just like Star Wars, I don't need to see Luke Skywalker in every fucking thing.
Yeah, man, it's that's why like ever since Doomsday was announced, I was just like, oh, so all this shit we studied up on Kang and getting a assimilated to Kang, y'all can't do a simple fucking recast. We just dropping Kang. Dr. Doom's coming out of fucking nowhere, played by Robert Downey Jr. in a move that just be like, yo, we're desperate, we're sorry, love us again.
Like Chris Evans was supposed to be done. He was supposed to be retired from this.
He just announced last week. He's like, oh yeah, by the way, so you guys know this, I'm also in Secret Wars. And I'm like, yeah, of course you are.
Right.
Because why wouldn't you fucking be?
Because they pulled up a dump truck full of money, and you would be stupid not to take it. Right? But don't fucking try to kid a kidder. Right? Don't try to just call it what it is.
It's fucking shit, man. All right, well, let's get into our first review, which is going to be of The Bear Season 5, which I saw right when it dropped 2 weeks ago. I just forgot to talk about it last episode. Look, it's fine. Like, I'm already starting to forget it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not mad at it. I don't love it. I don't hate it. I was like, oh, cool. The show's done, and it feels... I'm not mad at how this show ends. I think they should have handled Jamie Lee Curtis better because she's unstable, her character, and they just never mention her mental illness or nothing. Like, she's just fine now, which weird. But other than that, like, look, this was really Richie and Richie played by Eben. Shout out to Eben. This was really Richie and Io's show, and I can't remember what Io's character's name is.
I can look it up.
I do like how Christopher Storer though made fun of the fans, where Carmi's what's it called? Oh my god. You know how Carmi and Io's character, how the fans are always like, are they a thing? Are they dating? And there's just never been any of that. Well, Jamie Lee Curtis's character, she sees a picture of them two. She's like, oh, she's cute. And she sees how friendly they are, and she just turns to I think it was Maddie Madison's character, and she goes, are those two dating? They would be a cute couple. And Maddie's like, we all sense there's something between them, but we don't know. Right. I was like, damn, even Christopher Storer is just like, here's this throwaway line for you fucking
like
fans.
Stop shipping. So Io's character is named Sydney.
That's right, Sydney. Yeah, so like, look, I'm not mad how it ends, but I am glad it's done. Like, I watched it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is not bad. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I would love to watch a spinoff with Will Poulter's character though.
I mean, like, I never caught the last season, right? So that's why I didn't watch this season. But when Will Poulter, I love Will Poulter anyway. But that, that episode in season 3, was it? When he's first introduced?
Like Copenhagen?
Copenhagen. That was one of the best episodes of that season.
I don't understand why he wasn't promoted to a regular cast member, because he's credited as a guest star throughout seasons 4 and 5. And I'm like, bro's basically a main character on this show now. Just promote him to like...
Look, but I mean, maybe there are plans for a spinoff. And like I said, I have to watch these last 2 seasons. I kind of checked out after, during season 3 because it was just so much.
It's like that for this season too, where like they're on the brink of collapse, and I'm just like, man, like it'd be nice to watch this show. It's my problem with Silicon Valley, where they won at the end of season 1, and then Mike Judge was like, oh yeah, well, let's have them just suffer for the rest of the show. And the way Silicon Valley ends was just so unsatisfying in every way possible, where I'm just, thank God Christopher Storer didn't go that way with
Right.
the ending. You know what I mean?
Still haven't watched the end of Silicon Valley.
Yeah, they lose everything at the end of the show.
All that work, all like being invested in that show for so long. I'm glad I didn't watch that last season because I would be pissed off.
Oh yeah, yeah. And the last episode's an hour.
Yeah.
See, and the last episode of this show is an hour and a half, but I'm like, I didn't feel cheated. Where I watched this, I'm like, oh, this is an ending. I'm pretty satisfied with it. I'm not blown away. I'm not mad at it. You know what I mean? Like, good job on ending it without, pissing off everybody.
Right.
Like,
yeah, and like, look, I'll get around to it. It's not going anywhere. I hope. I just
nowadays you just don't know.
Yeah, you don't know, but like
Sony announced they are going to stop making physical games. So I was just like, oh, word? Well, let me save up money to get a backup PS5 now.
Yeah.
And the PS5, because of the tariffs, is now fucking $200 more than when it first fucking came out.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why when I finally get my PS5, I'm buying that shit used.
Better hope it works.
I mean,
but yeah,
I'm gonna go to an actual store.
Yeah, so that's why a lot of people, including me, was like, yo, when the PS6 drops, I just will get at this point, and it just made more sense just because I can get more work done besides playing video games, because I don't really play video games like that much anyway. I just told everybody I know, I'm like, I'm just gonna build a PC, man. I'll build a PC. I'll have the hard drive. I could play PC games. Go to the store, buy PC games, or buy them offline. Throw the disc in. I could get work done. My day job could be done. I could get some writing done. I could get shit for this specifically done, all in one place.
Yeah, no, I get it. I haven't touched my gaming system in 8 months.
Yeah, and I just recently started playing video games again because the 007 game came out, and my brother's like, yo, you can hold it. And I was like, cool. And I just haven't had the time. Like, I'm on like the 4th level playing on easy, and I'm still having a rough time because I don't play video games, so I'm not good at video games. That's why I play on easy, because I'm a story guy. I just want to play through the story and kill people. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I do that for fucking shooters, man. Like, once the story's done, I don't like doing the online shit. I don't like doing the multiplayer. It's because it's...
Yo, listen, for those of you who don't know, when GTA 5 first came out, me and Jeff tried the online mode. We spent 2 hours, it was like 9 o'clock at night, and we spent from 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. trying to get that shit to work, and it wouldn't work. So I just remember I was like, yo, Jeff, it's 11 p.m. Fuck it. I'm going to bed. And you text back, you're like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, like I think I played GTA Online once.
I never even got to play it, because then you had to start paying for it when I was just like, oh, it finally works. And they're like, oh, well, you got to pay $20. And I'm like, well, why would I do that?
Right. But I did play Red Dead online, which was amazing.
Okay.
Yeah, during lockdown. It was great during lockdown.
Yeah, when you pre-order GTA 6, you get a month of GTA Plus online for free. And I was like, all right, well, I'll have to check when it expires. So like whenever you get it, I'll be like, yo, I guess pay the month, Jeff, and we'll play online, and then I'm good.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't have the time to keep on leveling up. Like that's why I don't get World of Warcraft. Right? I'm a when it's done type person. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so the fact that none of these games ever end, it's pointless to me.
It's like people who buy Call of Duty and never play the mission. They just buy it to play online. And I'm like, well, why keep paying $60-$70 just to play the online portion? Because why not just keep playing what you already have?
Right.
That's what with Halo. Like, Halo, people wouldn't even play the story. And I'm like, that's the whole part of Halo, is playing the fucking story.
Right.
And y'all just buy it to play the online shit. Like, I don't like playing with a 15-year-old who's gonna call me a faggot nigger. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm. Yeah.
Call me all types of fucking slurs.
Right. Yeah. And yeah, so that's why I only play the story modes on everything,
Yeah,
on fucking everything, because
well,
I don't have the time or the patience.
yeah, man. I'm well. Anyways, you'll be. What I'm trying to say is, eventually there will be a review on the site, not from me. It's gonna either be from Carl or my brother about 007 First Light,
Mm.
which honestly, Denny, you got your work cut out for you because this is almost like a perfect. I'm enjoying this better than Casino Royale, dog. And Casino Royale is like a great origin.
Honestly, the way I've been hearing people talk about this game, it makes me just want to go out and just buy a PS5 right now.
It's crazy because they give this nigga a scar too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he has a scar right on his face, and he's still a pretty motherfucker. And you get that scar in the opening first mission.
Now, is it set modern time or is it set?
Modern
Mm.
times. So you're playing as a fresh out of the Navy James Bond who inadvertently gets recruited by MI6 in the resurrected 00 program, headed up by M. M is played by an Indian woman, and then Money Punny's black again, which I'm
Mm.
like, cool.
Cool. Yeah.
And then the person heading up the program hates you, is Greenway, played by Lenny James. He
Oh
just
shit.
berates you every fucking mission.
I fucking look, my first introduction to Lenny James was he did this show back in the 90s called Chef. It was a British TV show about a fucking chef trying to start his own restaurant. And now that I think about it, it was The Bear before The Bear.
Okay. All right. Well, let's get into Fallout Season 2. I'm halfway through episode 6, and the reason why I want to talk about it is just because, like, I don't know when I'm going to finish it. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like, it's playing in the background at this point for me. Like, it is.
It's messy, man.
Yeah, man.
It's
It's like 5 steps down from the first season.
Yeah, like this last season, I kind of mentioned it when I talked about it before. It's messy as fuck, right? There's no like uh even the text, right, from episode to episode is different, right? There's
Uh,
no
d-
cohesion.
does it at least set up a season 3 that would be worthwhile?
Yeah, I mean, season 3 is going to be real interesting,
Okay.
right?
All right.
But and like season 2, there are some really great parts in
Right.
it.
And I like the civil war between the Brotherhood, but like, and like the flashbacks to the before times, I'm
Yeah.
just like, man, this shit fucking sucks. And I feel bad because Justin Thoreau is amazing, but I don't give a fuck about any of it.
Yeah, I stu I
It's trying to be like Westworld, and I'm like, it's not.
I think episode 3, I was like, I'm gonna finish this, but I don't want to finish this.
Yeah. I'm on episode 6 right now. Episode 6 directed by Lisa Joy. So I was like, oh well, at least a Nolan, because she is Lisa Joy Nolan.
Mhm.
And her fucking married name, professionally, she's just Lisa Joy. So I'm like, oh, well, at least the Nolan got to do an episode this season, at least directing, because neither Jonah or Lisa has written anything for this show. They're just on as
EPs,
executive
yeah.
producers, and they actually developed the show before they passed it off to whoever, quote unquote, gets the creator credit. And those two women who get the creator credit, they're the showrunners.
Mm.
And I don't know what happened between seasons 1 and 2, but like they lost the plot. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's just too much going on, and it's not the pacing is just wrong. It's like they're
Yeah.
rushing through this shit.
It's slow and they're rushing through it.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
it's just
Like how do you
there's
slow and fast at the same time? Yeah.
it's like the final season of Stranger Things where it's moving fast but fucking ain't shit happening.
Mhm.
Uh
Yeah, it's filler.
yeah, I don't know. I got to finish episode 6, and then I got 7 and 8, and I'm just like, oh, brother.
3 could be really interesting. 3 could be really good, and we'll just talk about in the future. We'll talk about season 2 as a stepping stone, like setup for the seasons that come later. But that's if they course correct.
Well, let's move now. I'm gonna do a couple of quick indie reviews for Janus Films. They emailed me about a movie I did want to see, and I just missed every screening. They sent me a link for Romeria, which is this takes place in Spain. It's autobiographical movie about this young woman who is trying to find her blood family after she was given away by her parents. And she finds her blood relatives just so they can sign off and have her grandma and grandpa sign off on her attending film school because she wants to go to film school.
Okay.
And she learns about her family, she learns about her roots, and I'm just like, yeah, man, look, first chance you get, girl, get the fuck out of there because these people are. It's so terrible that like her aunt's like, just stay here, and she runs into the grocery store, and she has cousins, and the cousins are all like 4 or 5, and they go, "Is it true what my mom says about you?" She's like, "What?" "That if you bleed, we can't touch you because you're dirty and contagious." Because her parents contracted HIV, and that's why they both died. But then you get this real surreal, and I love this section of the movie, even though I close my eyes. I'm just gonna spoil it here. You find out in this very, very surreal sequence because the young woman who plays the main character, who represents the director, she also plays her mom. So the entire time you're seeing her watch her parents, and you find out that her parents were like these rebels. They were just fucking all the time, but the reason why they got AIDS is because they were heroin addicts. And the dad, because he was so strung out on heroin, he got violent.
Yeah, well, all right.
So,
yeah.
yeah. I liked it. It's an hour 40 minutes. I'm just letting you know it's slow. It's real slow, but it's worth it.
And when did it come out? Because Janus Films usually like their older films.
Oh no, it came out this year. This
Yeah.
is a new movie.
Okay, wow.
Janus Films, you got to remember, Janus Films handles they distribute like newer movies. Like they still distribute newer movies. So Romeria, I want to shout out the director, and the director is Carla Simone. And the main actress is Lucia Garcia. She is amazing, man, and she has a look to her where it's striking, and she's just real pretty. And I'm like, man, I hope you blow up. I really do. Like shout out to her. This is a fantastic movie though.
Okay.
Romeria. Now playing in specialty theaters. You know?
Well, yeah.
So if you're in Chicago, New York, LA, Cleveland, like a major city, and you got an art house theater, definitely check it out, man. Just definitely check it out. Just the heroin shit though is graphic. But yeah. And I'm gonna talk about another Janus film. This premiered at the Cannes Film Festival, and it's the new Kiyoshi Kurosawa movie. Jeff, do you know who Kiyoshi Kurosawa is?
Name sounds familiar. I'm guessing it's Akira's like
No relation
no
to
relation?
Akira.
Oh, okay.
But he is a master filmmaker in his own right. He's known for a lot of horror, so this is his like one of the rare times he hasn't made a horror movie. He made one of the best movies ever made called Cure. If you've ever seen Cure, you'll know it's one of the most fucked up movies ever made.
I've never seen that.
He did this movie. It's an adaptation called The Samurai and the Prisoner. This is 2.5 hours. And I think that's this movie's main problem. Like, this shit is too long for what it is. It is a murder mystery because the samurai runs this castle. Because, you know, they have castles in Japan, and that's where lords and clans live, all in this castle. This guy's clan is under attack by this warlord who's going around conquering Japan, and he's holding out, and they're in a war. The dude's envoy comes to hand him a letter, and homie, instead of, letting him go like any other person would, was just like, we're gonna keep you as a prisoner.
Okay.
And he's just like, can you just kill me instead? Like, I'm a samurai myself. I would rather die an honorable death. It gets so bad that his young 8-year-old son comes, and this asshole's just like, take him prisoner too and throw him in an empty room. Well, they throw him in an empty room, and the very next morning, they find him dead. He was murdered.
The 8-year-old.
Yes.
Oh, wow. All right.
And it sparks a whole chain of events that turns into a murder mystery, or they're trying to figure out who killed this little nigga, why they killed this little nigga. It leads to more mysterious deaths where the shit's just spiraling out of control. And because he doesn't have a handle on it, the people love this guy who runs the clan. And let me look up the character's name. But they're starting to lose faith in him because they're like, yo, we're losing this war, man. Araki Marashi, played by Marashi Moto. This dude is giving a crazy ass performance, a great performance, honestly. And there's the prisoner. He eventually shit gets so bad that he starts getting advice from the prisoner. That's why it's called The Samurai and the Prisoner, because he starts unwittingly working with him to uncover the truth about what the fuck is going on. And, well, listen, I'm letting y'all know now, very little samurai action. I'm just saying that right now.
Yeah.
Very little. This is not a Kurosawa movie. It's made like a Kurosawa movie. It's shot like a Kurosawa movie. Has camera movements like a Kurosawa movie. But not a Kurosawa movie, because Akira has a lot of swordplay, even in his drama movies. This has very little swordplay, y'all. I'm just letting you know now.
All right, so it's strictly a drama / murder mystery. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I would say, and I'm gonna read verbatim what I wrote on Instagram. This is basically a meditation on power and consequences. And I did like in the last 30 minutes that it also started talking about like motivation for one. It's revealed who there's two people behind the killings, and it's revealed when the one person what this person's motivation was, and it was faith and divine punishment. And once I got to that, I'm like, oh, this is great, but also, damn, bro, like,
why'd it take so long to hear?
Yeah, man. This movie's too long. I can understand why people were hyped like me to see it at Cannes, and why I got the reception at Cannes where people are just like, oh, yeah.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, look, at least it's not a fucking superhero movie.
Yeah, well, listen, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Like, it is a good movie. I enjoyed it, but like, I'd be damned if I ever watch this again.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean? Like,
there's some fantastic movies that I've only seen once because I only need to see them once.
Because I did find it weird that Janus Films picked this up out of Cannes for distribution. I'm like, they're gonna pick this one up, and you watch it, you're like, oh yeah. You know, it's you're in for disappointment. When I went on Letterboxd before this movie started, because Nick was there too. I was talking to Nick all day. Shout out to Nick Scriger of the Daily Beast. I looked right before the movie started, and David Ehrlich, he loves these type of movies. He gave it 2.5 stars on Letterboxd. I'm like, shit.
Oh wow.
Shit. I didn't rate it that low. I definitely didn't rate it that low. But like, for all you cineasts out there who this opens the same weekend as Spider-Man No Way Home, and if you think sitting through a 2.5-hour Spider-Man movie is not your speed, you could sit through this if it's playing near you in LA or New York. So it's opening that weekend, LA, New York, and then it will be slowly rolled out to art house theaters across the nation over the course of August. So it should be playing at the Princeton Garden Theater sometime in August.
All right.
if they're not constantly sold out of the Odyssey themselves, because they announced they're getting the Odyssey next weekend as well.
Are they? Okay. Well,
I mean, it makes sense. They got Oppenheimer when it came out. But, I mean, Oppenheimer does take place at Princeton.
you mean I honestly I like the Princeton Garden Theater.
I wouldn't go there to see a blockbuster, though. I would definitely go there to see a small movie. If I'm going to go see a blockbuster, I'm going to be somewhere comfortable with cheaper snacks, free parking.
Yeah, it's very difficult to enjoy a movie at the Princeton Garden Theater, but at least you can walk down to the Ivy.
Yeah, and, sneak in a fat sandwich.
Yeah, like,
because Hoagie Haven's right there.
yeah,
you know
and
what I'm
I got
saying?
I got the new snack hoodie. I got to test out.
Yeah. So there you go. Yeah, Samurai and the Prisoner. I didn't hate it. I liked it, but also, I cannot recommend. If I struggled with this, it's hard for me to recommend. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Especially the person. Like, I remember walking out last night, and I was like, I knew this was going to be a meditation, but I didn't think it was going to be that meditative. Where I'm just like, so that person who's like, oh, that sounds like something I'd like. I was just like, yeah,
no, you're not going to.
Yeah. No Spider-Man in this.
Yeah, there's the samurai. There's no samurai action. There just is a samurai in it. There are samurais in it.
The samurai action comes at the very end of the movie, and it's only 2 minutes, and it's only 2 dudes they take out.
Yes,
and it's so quick and so brief.
So temper your expectations based on the title.
And those dudes were foot soldiers. They weren't even anybody important. They just happened to be like, oh, we're going to ambush you. And I'm just like, nigga, there's 2 of you and 4 of them.
All right. Yeah. So this is not a samurai movie. It just has samurais in it.
Well, hey, man, ran into Wendy yesterday, and I thought Wendy was going to be pissed at me because of the whole tuner thing.
Right.
And she did not give a fuck. I was like, cool. And I was talking to Wendy yesterday, and she told me and Nick that, because I saw her at It Ends, and I will review It Ends another time. Yesterday was such a fuck up that I even went to the wrong screening. I was supposed to see I Want Your Sex and ended up at It Ends because I went to the wrong screening room like a dumbass, because my mind was on the Dune event and everything going around. And then also I got held up on Little Island by a friend, and I like him, and he knows I go to Little Island to do my steps. Like, like, hey, my screening starts at 10, I gotta go, and you're standing there trying to talk to me for like 30, 40 minutes. I'm like, nigga, I gotta go, man. Like, Little Island is on the Hudson River, and the screening room is in the middle of Manhattan. Like, come on, man. Like, my time is limited.
I gotta run.
Anyways, I went to the wrong screening room, so, but hey, what I saw at It Ends was awesome. Anyways, Wendy told me that, Criterion is building a new screening room and they're moving offices, and I'm like, thank God, because the current Criterion screening room fucking blows, because, when you go there, the projector and the screen is basically like watching a TV at my crib.
Yeah,
and they play stuff off of DVDs because they can do DCPs there, but they say they struggle with DCPs.
Yeah.
So they're building an actual screening room, and they're going to move from Union Square to the Flatiron District. I'm like, thank God.
Okay.
Because I don't like going that far down unless I'm going to Hamburger America, or like, the only time I need to be in Union Square is if I'm at the Regal.
Right.
Like, because, Jeff, you've been to Criterion. You know how much.
Yeah. Like, actually, I have a screening at the Criterion for a Janus film tonight, and I'm just like, I kind of.
Well, what you seeing?
Welcome to the Terradome.
Oh, yeah. I got the invite for that, and I was just like, man, I have to work, because my day job requires 4 days a week at least.
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm going through this day, and I'm just like, man, can you just send me a screener?
That's what I was thinking too. I saw that shit, and I was like, man, I would love to see this, but also like,
yeah. So I'm gonna actually, after the show, I'm gonna email them like, just, can you send me a screener? Like,
and man, sitting in that screening room
it's
for
small as shit.
for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, there was one dude who decided to eat. So you can hear him chew, suck. It was a white guy, and he was acting black. He was chewing his food, sat right behind Nick. I knew Nick was pissed. Chewing his food, sucking his teeth, and then would distract all of us because he kept getting up in the middle of the movie to plug his phone in and out, kept using the bathroom, walking in and out of the screening room.
So he just didn't want to be there, right?
I was thinking that. I was like, my man, you can go to a fucking Barnes and Noble and do all this shit.
Yeah, I mean, like, it's fine. There's some places I don't want to be also, but you fucking suck it up because you're ruining the experience for everybody else.
Yeah, like that shit got annoying the third time he got up to go get his phone. I'm like, nigga, leave it there. Just leave it fucking there.
Right, and like, why are you on your phone? You're watching a movie. Why?
I mean, I will say this. At least he sat all the way in the last row, so he wasn't bothering me or Nick. It was just the distractions.
Right.
Also, why are you sucking your fucking teeth?
Man, these motherfuckers out of pocket.
Yeah, man. So, let's get in the Evil Dead burn.
So I've said it on the show numerous times. I hated Fede Alvarez's one.
Yeah.
The last one that was
Evil Dead Rise.
Right.
I just saw for the first time on Saturday, and you told me how much you hated it. And by the time it finished, I was like, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't really that bad.
I didn't. In hindsight, I didn't hate it as much as I thought I did. It was just a lot of missed opportunities, right? And the characters are really fucking stupid.
Yo, that's my problem. See, that's my problem with all these ever since Fede Alvarez's movies. Like, all these characters do stupid shit just to keep the plot going.
Right.
But I will say this, at least Evil Dead Rise did have a good gag in it where I'm like, that's cool, which is where when the chick bites the dude's eye out and then the other dude hits her and she falls, the eyeball flies out of her mouth and and the dude's screaming and it's a point of view shot of the eyeball and it goes into his mouth. I'm like, oh, that's some Sam Raimi shit. I was like, that's cool. That's cool.
Like I said, there was a lot to like in Rise, and there was a lot to not like. My problem with Rise, and it boils down to the people scene, which could have been an all-timer, but they just fucking cheaped out on that so much. Right.
I will say, man, like, yo, listen, I'm not crazy about Evil Dead Rise. I think out of the most recent three, including Fede, Rise, and Burn, that to me is the strongest one out of the three. It's also an hour and a half, man. Like, it gets you in and out. None of that fucking credit shit. Because Evil Dead Burn, I didn't even know. It has 2 credit scenes, and we all saw the first one, and we're just like, yo, let's get the fuck out of here. I need to piss. We got to get to Disney. And I come out of the bathroom, and Mike comes up to me. He's like, you missed the end credit scene. And I was just like, what was it? He told me what it was. I was like, I don't give a fuck. I saw the mid-credit scene. Like, that's cool. Like, that was more than enough.
I didn't even see that because before that, the projector conked out. So I didn't see. So I knew there was going. So, and you know what? Honestly, I'm gonna go back and see this again in a theater because I really enjoyed this for what it was because I had no expectations going into this.
Yeah, neither did I. And you know what, man? Look, I had to work to get into this screening. And there's stuff about this movie I thought was cool, but overall, my problem with this is the same thing with all these where I'm just like, this is just mean. All the characters except for 2 people fucking suck. And talking to everybody because we all stood around and talked after the movie and we were just like, man, this is just a longer, like, it's 2 hours, man. It's too long. we're all complaining about that, and we're like, bro, this is like the first one. Instead of it taking place in a high rise, it just takes place in a fucking house now, a dilapidated house, which made no fucking sense. I'm like, yo, if niggas live here, how the fuck does this house
Look so
look like
shitty.
like it looks like a trap house, either a trap house or a house where fucking opioid addicts live. Like the shit has black mold in it, the fucking shit's falling apart, and I'm just like, how the fuck do people? Like every choice made in this movie, I'm just like, but why?
Look, I mean, it's not a perfect movie. I had issues with it. The house being one of them, but and it is mean, but so was the first, like, Evil Dead, Raimi's Evil Dead. It was mean, but it was fun, right? And this is fun.
No, it's not.
It's more fun than the last one. It's definitely more fun.
I had more fun in the last one than I did in this one.
Oh man,
And this one, like, yo, it is mean to the, like, once the dude stabs the dog, I was like, man, fuck you, man. I was like, really? Like, fuck you. Fuck that. Like, and then right after the dog, the only other character that is worth a shit at that time, before I really started feeling sympathy for Sheila Yakub's character. Shout out to Sheila Yakub, because I'm like, bro, it's wild that you go from Dune Part 2 to this.
Right, no.
At least you're the lead main character in this, so shout out for you for leveling up and becoming the main character. But damn, bro, like, that shit where they killed the one woman, I'm just like, man, fuck you too. Like, this is like the only sympathetic character in this motherfucker, and like it is just so mean spirited. I was like, fuck you.
Yeah,
and then the kiss, I was like, fuck out of here,
like,
bro.
So like, that's one of my problems with the movie, right? Is how do you become a Deadite? Because in all the other movies, they can just possess whoever.
Well, bite or scratch.
Right? So like, and the fucking, the kiss, why did it take her so long to turn?
Yeah. I was wondering that too.
Right? But like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, look, the sight gags are great. The cinematography, right?
The cinematography is okay. It looks like any other fucking horror movie. I just think the camera movements were cool.
That's what I mean. Like the way the camera moved.
Yeah, that's cool, but I mean,
right? I like some of the kills were great, and I just like in the whole entire theater we were laughing, right? It just felt fun, and you can get away with the meanness if you're having fun, and I think that's the problem with the last one with Lee Cronin. I didn't have fun with that. I had more fun with The Mummy.
See, we're totally backwards on this, because I had fun with Rise than I did Burn.
Okay,
and I fucking hate the title. And the title, how they use the title and how it comes into play, I'm like, get this shit the fuck out of here.
Well, I mean, I hate the fact that we're 15 minutes in before the title comes up. You know?
Yeah.
I hate when any movie does that shit. It's like, either you put it either front load it or you put it at the end. Don't get me halfway through the fucking movie, then you put the fucking title up.
Well, you could be like One Day's Journey into Night. That movie's 2 separate sections. So the first section is an hour and a half, and then you get the once the main character falls asleep in the theater,
right?
The title of the movie comes up an hour and a half into the movie, and it says, "Please put on your 3D glasses. A long day's journey into night."
Yeah, I mean, that works, right? Because it's part of the narrative.
Well, that's also when the movie, to me, became cool, because then from that moment on, not only is it in 3D, the rest of the movie, which is only an hour left at that point, is one shot, entirely one shot.
So, I get that. Like, I'm quibbling. Like I said, this is not a perfect movie at all, but I enjoyed it better than the last 2 post Raimi's. Right?
It's definitely better than Fede's.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And like the press screening, it did not go over well. A lot of people who are fans of this franchise, they're just like, yeah, this shit ain't it, man.
Yeah, like,
and I'll say this, like, the sound design was good, because we saw this in Dolby headquarters. We were in the Dolby screening room.
Okay. All right. Yeah, like everybody in my screening, they fucking loved it, right? So it's but like I was talking about how I was talking to a friend, he was like, "Oh, it's not the same without Ash." And it's like
I mean, they have him on the wall when she's going up the.
Oh, do they? I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, because everybody started laughing, and you look at I saw it, I was like, oh, all right, yeah, there's the picture of Bruce Campbell smiling. All right, man.
You know, like he's always going to be a part of it, you know, as a cameo. He was he was on the recording in Rise.
Right, warning people, hey, don't read this shit.
Yeah, and like I like how it played with some of the fan expectations, right? Like when she's reading the incantation.
Oh, I was about to, that shit pissed me off, and I'm glad like they cut that shit out, because I was just like, no way you're this fucking stupid.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and at the end, when she's trying to grab a weapon, and it just focuses on the chainsaw, I kind of like the fact that she doesn't get the chainsaw.
Yeah, thank fucking God.
Right, so like, but the fans want that shit, and I'm glad that they didn't. They sort of pulled the rug from out under them, which I appreciated. Like I said, I really enjoyed this, especially since I hated Fetties, and maybe I'll go back and watch Rise again. Maybe it'll grow on me.
I think the title card was corny in both of these. Like Rise was corny, where she floats out the lake.
I thought that was
and the title,
but that's definitely cooler than Burn, though. The title card was
once the car catches fire and it comes on Evil Dead Burn, and I was just like, oh man. Also, how's that shit work? Why does this nigga got fucking burn powers now?
Man, I don't
fire powers.
Right. I don't know. Like
I do think the lore they introduced in this was cool.
Yeah,
with the dagger and all that shit. I was like, oh, that's cool that they're building on the lore. That's pretty cool. But otherwise, like,
let's say I enjoyed it. I'm gonna go back to see it. I would not necessarily watch this at home. This is definitely horror movies are better experienced with other people. It doesn't matter. It doesn't necessarily have to be a crowded theater. But like,
look, man, a good movie's a good movie, no matter where you see it.
Right. But like, I want to see this with a crowd of people. Like, I want to hear motherfuckers jumping out of their seats.
Sure.
Like, look,
I'm guessing you're excited for next summer's Evil Dead Wrath.
I'm not. I'm not excited for it because don't know anything about it, but also it's not the same director.
Yeah, I think they are going to keep switching creative people from movie to movie, which fine.
Which is fine. So now, but like, if I knew like this dude, I think Yannick, whatever his name is,
wild French.
Yeah. If he was doing Wrath, I'd anticipate it more. But now Wrath, I'm going to have to just take it as it comes, right? So I'm going to watch it, but I'm not anticipating it. I'm going to take it on its own merit.
Yeah, Evil Dead Burn. It's whatever.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm glad I didn't go to New York to see the one you're about to talk about.
Listen, whatever. I don't give a shit because look, I was fucking zooted, and like I had a good time talking to everybody.
Right,
you know what I mean? Like, Mike had me dying. Mike was shitting on the movie so bad, I was wiping tears from my eyes. I was laughing so hard
for the MOANA.
And like, listen, this movie's bad when my boy John, even he's just like, yeah, this is a piece of shit. There's shots in this movie, landscape shots of the island, and the water's not even fucking moving, man. Like, there's waves, but the waves aren't moving. There's some shots where the clouds look painted in. And, like, watching this movie, I felt like, man, this is cynical. And I mean that just because me and Carl were talking about this because Carl was there, and we hopped on the train home together. And, like, I was like, Carl, the whole time I felt cynical watching it. Like, it just felt like you're watching it, and, like, every part of this movie just felt like, let's get this money. Let's get paid. Yo,
That's
like,
that's how I feel about all these Disney live action shits. And more like especially for this one. Right? When I saw the trailer for this one, like nah, I'm good.
this is exactly this is How to Train Your Dragon from last year. Like, it's crazy to me that movie got good reviews. I'm like, dog, it's the same fucking thing except longer. That's this. This is 10 minutes longer than the original movie, and they added nothing new. And somehow all the songs were better in the old one, because I'll tell you what, The Rock, he is checked the fuck out in this movie. Like, he is just like, yo, I'm here to just get paid and I want to get out of here. And that wig ain't doing him no favors either. Like, he's just like, I'm you could tell he's like, I'm done with this shit,
Yeah,
man.
like-
He's like, you could tell he wants to win an Oscar, and the way he's acting. You remember when he used to care? Because he was the people's man.
Right.
That shit's done, dog. This one, he was just like, hey, Moana, how you doing? Yeah? Cool.
Look, even like if you look at the animated version, right? Even Moana's hair, right, which is it's curly, it's native and stuff like that. They actually had to make her hair straight for this movie, so they didn't have to work as hard in post production for all the CGI and shit in the background. That's how much they fucking cared about this fucking movie.
I will say, though, the new girl who plays Moana, she is good, but she's struggling. And she's struggling because she's clearly acting against nothing. You know what I mean? You know those CGI performances where you can tell the actor's trying,
Right.
but there's nothing there.
Right, it's a tennis ball, right? They're like acting against a tennis ball, and
like, yo, they're like, hey, which is the chicken. I understand why the chicken CG looks terrible, but like, I get it. But she has a pet pig, and the pet pig don't talk. The pet pig don't do nothing like quirky. I'm like, why is the pig CG? Why not just get a real pig? People in the United States and all over the world have pigs as pets.
I mean,
why not just have a fucking real pig, man?
Because then you gotta hire you gotta feed a real pig. You gotta hire someone to be a pig wrangler. You gotta follow like ASPCA rules. They don't give a fuck. They were like, we'll spend the money to make a CGI pig instead of getting a real pig. They'll spend.
Yeah, but you guys gotta animate that motherfucker. Like, the sheeps in the Sheep Detective are so much more polished than anything in this motherfucker, and that's shameful. This on the way home, I was like, how much did this motherfucker cost? It cost the same amount as the Odyssey, $250 million. I was just like, if we're spending this much money, why not just go to Hawaii and actually shoot the shit?
Yeah.
That makes no fucking sense to me that you guys spent this much money and most of this shit is on a soundstage.
Yeah.
And that, like, the beginning of the movie before, the Disney parts are in there where it's just all these Pacific Islanders doing this stuff with their culture, doing the chants and stuff like that. I was like, I would rather watch a movie about this Pacific Islander girl coming of age without all this other
bullshit,
Disney bullshit in there, because I could just watch this at home on Disney Plus. Like, I thought that was cool seeing real Pacific Islander people dance and express themselves, do the chants and pound their chests, and seeing them harvest their crops. I was just like, this is the movie I want to see, not all this other shit around it.
Yeah, just like the best parts of Hobbs and Shaw were just the parts
the Samoan
shit. Yeah,
man. Like, that's how I felt with this. I was like, I'd rather see a movie about Pacific Islanders than sit through. I mean, damn, almost everything except the people, like, are CG.
Yeah.
And like, it is like How to Train Your Dragon, where I'm like, you guys don't even change the designs of the shit that's CG, y'all. Like, I don't understand what this copy paste shit is going to do. Like, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with How to Train Your Dragon 2 next summer. Like, I'm really like, yo, you guys, yo, the economy's in the shitter right now because of the way the US is being ran. And people are gonna make some hard choices. Like, yo, Christian swears to God this is gonna be a hit. But like, yo, if I'm a dad right now and my kid comes up to me, he's like, I want to see Moana. I'm like, all right, we just saw Toy Story 5. We just saw Minions. And look, no, I'm gonna be like, look, little nigga, I want to see Spider-Man. So let me ask you, do you want to see Moana or you want to see Spider-Man? You know, every little nigga's gonna be like, Spider-Man.
But like here's a perfect example of we have it at home. Because you literally have Moana at home.
Yes, on Disney Plus.
Right.
It's still in the top. Ever since Disney Plus has been created, Moana has always been in the top 10.
Yeah.
Because people love that movie so much, they just throw it on and they're just like, all right, it's there. You know what I mean? It's harmless. It's enjoyable for everybody. And all the new songs that they made for this movie, I ain't hear none of them because apparently they were over the end credits. Because once the end credits started rolling, me and Carl, we hopped up and everybody was packed in trying to get out that motherfucker because we were all just like, yo, we had it. Like, we're trying to get out and go home. And like, had that shit started on time, I was like, damn, Kyle, we could have got on the 9:05 instead of this 9:35. He's like, yeah, man, if this started on time because it started 10 minutes late.
Yeah. I'm hearing this, I'm really glad I wasn't able to go to this.
Like the only thing I could say is I probably would have enjoyed it if it was in 3D because I'd be like, oh, the 3D's hard.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
But I wouldn't tell anybody to go pay 3D money to go see this. I'm not even telling you to go pay to see this in general. Like, yo, guys, Toy Story 5's out. Minions just came out and y'all didn't see that shit. Go see Minions, man.
Go see Minions twice. You owe it.
Odyssey's next week. And then, like, yo, again, Spider-Man has sold so many tickets already that they're opening at 100 million just off of pre-sales alone. And they don't even have IMAX. So, like,
look, it's
and I've been looking to see how Moana's doing. And even here, where market fare is family friendly, like heavy on families, the theaters are only like a quarter full.
Yeah, man, because like it from the trailer, it felt like a fucking cash grab, right? It felt like why are we doing this live action when you just had the sequel, which was bullshit, that came out 2 years ago?
2 years ago. This movie's not even 10 years old. It turns 10 in November. So it's only a 9-year-old movie that we're already doing a live action remake. They canceled Tangled. I love Tangled. I thought Tangled was one of their best Disney movies at the time. That came out in 2010. They canceled that. And then all of a sudden, at the beginning of the year, they're like, oh, Tangled's back on. We're doing Tangled again. I'm like, fucking why though, man? Fucking why? Yeah. Fucking why? Like, I'm looking at the Moana showtimes right now and like, bro, it is crickets in this bitch, man.
Look, because the sheen has finally fallen off of Disney, right? Disney used to be the place where you would go for creativity, right? Like it would be, and now it feels, it's that Marvel disease, right? It feels like product. This is new fucking Coke.
And the way I described it to Call was like, that's a perfect analogy where I said, it feels like a video game skin where I pay $10 for this suit that I want on James Bond and it comes with 3 extra guns and a little more health and it has some armor and then I buy it and I'm still dying. The guns don't really do much. And I'm like, oh, this was a waste of $10.
Right. It's still the same game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's just you got a different suit on. Perfect analogy. Yeah.
That's the Moana live action remake. There's nothing redeemable here, man. Y'all are dead in the water. Like, listen, I don't know when y'all scheduled this, but like he came out at the worst possible time, man. Like I think Toy Story 4 is gonna probably spank this movie's ass.
100%.
Not Toy Story 4, Toy Story
5.
5, because I've seen every single Toy Story with my mom. So me and my brother were like, "Yo, let's go see Toy Story 5 with our mom."
Mhm.
We went to Market Fair this past Sunday. They put us on a tiny ass screen, and that shit was still sold out, dog.
Yeah, because it's Toy Story. Because even the worst Toy Story, at least it has some integrity, right?
Yeah, and you listen. I will do I'm gonna talk about it next time because I saw it in 3D,
Mhm.
and that's why we're on a tiny screen. Because all the 3D showtimes were on a tiny screen, and then the 2D were on bigger screens, which is ass backwards. Anyways, I have problems with Toy Story 5, and the second viewing unlocked those problems more. But also, Toy Story 5 has integrity, and there's jokes and gags in it that I still, even on a rewatch, laugh at.
Yeah, it's still
At least I'm like, they tried.
yeah. And that's if that's your takeaway from listening to this episode is Disney has stopped trying, right? Toy Story, I don't count that because that's Pixar, right? It's Disney.
Pixar's always gonna try.
Right. Pixar's always going to try, but this bullshit, this live, any of these if a live action remake of a Disney film is good, it's by accident.
Yeah, because I like Cinderella.
Mhm.
I like Jungle Book. Those are like the only ones off the top of my
Wait,
head
but
where I'm
Peace
like,
Dragon,
oh yeah, I like.
did you like Peace Dragon?
Yes,
Right.
because it's so different. That's why it's so fucking different. They might as well be two separate things, quite frankly. Um, yeah, I'll even Beauty and the Beast. They added in a new sequence and a new song. Lilo and Stitch, they changed a lot around,
Yeah.
even though it's the same fucking movie. They did change a lot around.
Yeah, no,
I'm not even gonna lie.
it wasn't different enough to justify its existence, but it was different enough where it's not insulting,
Yes,
right?
and even Snow White, as bad as that movie was, they did change a lot to that motherfucker. So I'll give them that. I'm like, even fucking Snow White, they changed some shit. So you're not watching a 1-to-1.
Right. But this is
a 1-to-1. This is like How to Train Your Dragon, and it's just wild to me. And I keep seeing the only person I keep seeing praising these shits, because I see positive reviews, but the one person I keep seeing praising this shit, because he loved How to Train Your Dragon, and he loves this, is Kelp,
I don't even know who the fuck that is. Who's that?
the black dude.
Of course. Of course.
You know who I'm
Yeah,
talking about,
yeah,
right?
Of course. Of course. Of course he loved this. He's a Disney adult.
Also, shout out to Kelp, man. You drive down from Boston to come to these fucking screenings.
Really?
Yeah, if he can't get it in Boston, he drives down from Boston to New York.
No, son. No.
That's what I'm saying, man.
No.
Because, Nadia works for him from time to time.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't realize.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Of course he loved this one. Of course,
Yeah.
it's we
Kelp's another one, though, that kind of where I'm just like, nigga, what are you doing? We'll all be standing in line, waiting to be checked in, and we'll say hi to him, and he's like, hey, and then he'll walk up to the rep and be like, and they'll be like, yeah, there's a line there, man.
Right.
Like, we're not checking people in, and then he'll get.
Yeah.
I'm like, yo, you see us all standing here, nigga. Like, stop that shit.
Yeah. It's not like it's Gen Pop. It's like we're all press.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yo, look, man.
Look, I mean,
Don't fucking see this shit, man. Start. I'm glad tracking is opening lower now, because it was tracking at 50 to 80. I'm like, damn, that many people are gonna go see it.
you got Moana at home. If you got Disney
Yeah,
Plus,
man.
you got Moana at home.
Let's look this up real quick. Let's see where the tracking is at now. I want to pull up the tracking, because the last time I checked, it's now at 30 to 40 million. So yeah, the official tracking is now at 60 to 65 million, but a lot of people are estimating 40 million.
Yeah. A $40 million opening for a Disney film on a beloved property.
Even a $60 million opening for a movie that cost $250.
Right.
And if Oppenheimer opened at 80, and that opened the same weekend as Barbie, which opened to 100. That's crazy that Oppenheimer is going to open bigger than the live action Moana remake.
Yeah, it's
Like, yo, if the Odyssey opened at 60 million, I'd be like, well, yeah, it's R-rated, it's 3 hours, you know what I mean? And Nolan recently came out and said, like, yeah, it's rated R because I told the studio that's the only stipulation I have for this movie is that because Homer's poem is so intense, it wouldn't make sense to do this PG-13 when they're killing each other with spears, swords, and arrows.
and every other implement of medieval warfare, right? So
Yeah,
like,
he's like, it has to be rated R. He's like, we had to make the most aggressive, violent version to do this story justice. I was like, all right, fine. So $250 million R-rated blockbuster is going to do better than one of the most beloved animated films that's not even 10 years old. This shit is not, that's the other problem. This shit is, I think if it had been like 15 or 20 years, like Tangled by the time it comes out, it's going to be like close to 20 years. So I'm like, still a little too soon for my taste, but at least
fine, right?
Right. It's like How to Train Your Dragon. When they announced that as a live action remake, I'm like, bro, the last one just came out like 4 years ago, like right before the pandemic, the very last animated one dropped.
Yeah, and it's like these obvious cash grabs, right? And like and I'm glad it's gonna fail. I'm glad it's gonna fail. It's gonna. These studios need to be taught hard fucking lessons, right? You can't spend all this money and fucking shove it down our throats and expect us to swallow. You can't do that anymore.
This is not good for Disney too, because what they thought they had 2 back-to-back home runs because everybody loves Grogu, so let's give Grogu and Mando their own show. Nobody gave a fuck because they're like, why am I going to pay to see something that I already watch on Disney?
I've got
Plus?
Mando at home.
Right. And now it's like, yo, this was also gonna be a guaranteed home run, and people are like, nah, fuck this.
Yeah,
like,
nah.
They're learning some hard lessons, and I'm glad. And like, Christian, man, you're my dude, but also like, man, you are really giving Disney too much credit. Like, you overestimate Disney so much. Like, I knew this wasn't going to do well. He swore up and down, this is going to make $1 billion. Lilo and Stitch made $1 billion. I'm like, Lilo and Stitch did, but you also forgot Snow White came out last year too, and that fucking brick.
And Lilo and Stitch, that's vastly different. Like, honestly, what was it, 30 years old now? Lilo and Stitch?
Close to it.
Yeah.
Close to it.
And the Stitch character, right? It's guaranteed, like, little kids want to go see that shit, right? It's a cute little animated fucking monster. That's gonna make money, right?
And that's the thing is, like, Lilo and Stitch, we were kids when that shit came out. And it's beloved by, like, that was millennial. Well, my people my age. I shouldn't lump you in there because you're not my age. People my age were taking their kids. That's why that movie made money. Would I have done that if I had kids? Absolutely not. I'd be like, yo, bro, we just watch Disney Plus, man. You know what I mean? But that's why that shit made money. Y'all find out the hard way that it wasn't good, and I'm just like, well, I mean, I don't know what you expected, but, you know, because I'll never forget getting comments on our shit being like, this movie sucked. I'm like, I don't know why you telling me, man. Like, I didn't make the motherfucker.
Right, like, yeah, it sucked. Right? It didn't even suck. It was just there. It was just there. And like, this is just there. And the fact that it's a 1-to-1, get the fuck out of here.
It's like How to Train Your Dragon, where they literally lift dialogue.
Yeah, because I hadn't seen the animated How to Train Your Dragon until after I saw the live action, and I'm watching the animated one. I was like, why'd you spend the fucking money?
And it's 30 minutes shorter. How is it better and it's 30 minutes shorter?
Just like it's right here. You didn't do anything better. You just actually had Gerard. You had actual Gerard Butler instead of Gerard Butler's voice. Congratulations, you had to pay him more. Right? Like these live action Disney remakes are like the Iran conflict, as in like we had a good deal before.
And you blew it up over your fucking ego.
Right, you blew it up and you made the same deal but with worse terms.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Nigga said he's gonna do the blockade again. He's like, oh, I'm gonna renege on the deal.
Yeah, of course he is.
We're gonna do the blockade again.
Of course he
you
is.
know?
Because that's the dimension.
Shout out to every because he's falling asleep in fucking international meetings. Like, yo, I saw the president of Turkey look at him and just be like, really, bro? As he slumped over looking like he just did a fucking whole fucking syringe full of fucking opioids.
Yeah, that's
Again, this is why I say we need politicians who are under 40. Shout out to Mendami. I wish you were born in the U.S. because if you were, we all know who the next president would be.
Well, but I mean, obviously, the Constitution doesn't matter anymore, so fuck it.
Yeah, man. If he was president, you know we'd be getting like mad rebates, dog. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we'd be getting mad rebates.
Man, look, Obama.
My healthcare, like we could get shot and we'd walk out of the hospital with no bill. If he was president,
man, they will never make him president, man. They still talking sideways about Obama with his full ass name, Barack Hussein Obama, like the Hussein
who hasn't been president now for over 10 years. That's what's crazy about it. I'm like, this motherfucker hasn't even been president for over 10 years, man.
It's like,
and you're still blaming it on him, and I'm like, bro hasn't been president for over 10 years,
right? But also, like, look at what we have. Look what we have.
Yo, New York, I will tell you what, the vibe in New York, everybody's much, I shouldn't say nicer, but they're calmer.
Yeah, because you don't have to worry about this little shit.
Yeah, and you won't be evicted because, you know, he cares about people not being homeless anymore.
Yeah. That's how you fix the homelessness problem.
Apparently a lot of rich people have been moving out of New York because they're getting taxed so much.
Good. Fuck them.
So,
yeah.
And before we go, I just want to say, next episode, we're going to have somebody on who I've tried to have on for like the past 2 years. I promised him like a year ago that I would have him on for this specific episode. It's my most anticipated movie of the year. Finally seeing the fucking Odyssey. So next week, we'll be joined by a guest, and it's going to be a hectic-ass episode because I also have some interviews to do, which we talked about in the beginning of this episode, because the day after we see the Odyssey, I got to fucking do in-person interviews because, you know, fuck telling me this a little ahead of time so I could plan better.
Right.
But, you know, whatever. I guess I'm going to have to rent a WeWork station so we can record this and get it up and out. You know what I mean? Because I want this shit recorded ASAP so I don't have to worry about it.
Well, they're giving you the footage, right?
What? I'm not talking about the interview. I'm talking about our review.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
For the Odyssey, because we have a whole... Normally, when we see a movie, they're like, all right, 10 a.m. the next day. And it's like, fuck, man, the screening's at 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock. You're telling me, like, the review embargo's like 10 a.m. the next day? Thankfully, the review embargo is not till a couple of days later, but we still gotta have it done in time for the review embargo because I'm tired of missing the review embargo. So we're gonna try and have it's going to be up for the embargo. Fuck trying. That shit's going to be up for the embargo that day. So next Wednesday, y'all, the Odyssey review.
All right.
With a special guest. Right. And that is episode 113.
113. Yep.
Yeah, 113. We're the Film Blurs. I'm Brandon Nord, and I'm the motherfucking protagonist.
I'm the protagonist.
I'm Jeff Stewart, aka He Who Remains.
Don't come at us. It's just fucking movies.
You've been listening to the Film Blurs podcast.
Man, I just love what you guys do, man.
I never miss an episode. It's the best.
It's my favorite podcast.
Follow Jeff on IG on MindFireXL and Brandon on Twitter at BJN Tweets.